Aquarius, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings, and yes, it's that time of month again where we're actually doing the monthly look ahead, all right? So we'll be looking at November, what's coming through for you in November. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that support. It really does help the channel grow, so thank you so much. We have the Cosmic Messages Oracle today, clarifying with the Rising Moon Lenormand. Career, job, and finances, we have the Money Moves Oracle deck. And then when we're looking at love, I'm using the Boji Blog Lenormand as well. Okay, so getting into it for you, Aquarius. Aquarius, what's going on for Aquarius in November? Splitting the month, start, middle, and end as always. Okay, Aquarius, what do you want to show me for your November? Start, middle, and end of November for Aquarius, please. What is going on for Aquarius? Something. I'm picking up on a little bit of self-negativity. Is that what that is? Coming through for you, Aquarius. More so towards the middle and end of the month. We'll see how we go. The start of the month, we do have favorably coming through. That one does say, take advantage of favorable conditions to achieve goals. I'm picking up that, I am picking up for some of you that's coming through as connected to the weather. I do feel like that might be career related for a lot of you as well. Even if you're not working in an industry that's like outdoors, because I am picking up something about the weather. I don't know what it's telling me about the weather here. It does feel like a separate message to the middle and end of the month. So I will clarify that now, just so we can move on through the month here, because, you know, what's going on for Aquarius at the start of November? We have the favorably energy. Taking advantage of favorable conditions to achieve your goals, please. Clarify this message for Aquarius, the start of November. Your intuition already knows what that is. And, ooh, that's... What aspect of life is that in regard to for Aquarius, please? That's telling me something. This is to do with like love relationships a little bit here, or your heart space. It doesn't necessarily mean it's romantic love. It could be like platonic love. Because when I've asked what aspect, we do have the heart there, which, you know, unconditional love, romance. It can be any kind of love in your life. Is it love for yourself? Is it? I feel like for a lot of you, it's connected to love for yourself and learning how to put love for yourself first. Okay, it's like a favorable condition to achieve your goal of, you know, I am getting a message here, Aquarius, that it's not something I would normally advise or like tell people, but I'm picking up on this. And it's like that phrasing, take advantage of. So I want to say, you know, just preface this by be very careful with how you're interpreting what I'm saying here, because I don't support things like, emotional manipulation. I just want to say that straight away. But the message I am getting here, it is somehow linked to the idea of emotional manipulation. I am not telling you to emotionally manipulate people at all. I feel like that's the extreme example, the extreme explanation for what I'm seeing here. Okay, so we're kind of not to the extreme, but we're somewhere in here. But at the end of the day, because we have the fox coming through, so with the fox, at the end of the day, it's not about doing things to hurt people or to manipulate people or anything like that. It's about your own survival. Okay, the fox ultimately is about self-survival, self-preservation, and doing whatever you need to do in order to make sure that you are okay and that you are safe and you are looked after. It's not selling yourself short. Okay, the fox can be a little bit sneaky, a little bit tricky, a little bit manipulative, but at the end of the day, it's more about like it's because the example I always give with the fox is, like a car salesman. All right. So car salesmen, yes, they can be a little bit sneaky. They can have some, what's the word? They can have some tactics that are a little bit questionable. But at the end of the day, they're just doing their job. They're just doing, this is how they were told to do their job. They're just trying to make the sale. Okay, so they're being a little bit selfish in the fact that they just want to make the sale, and they're telling you, "Oh, I really want to help you out. I want to give you the best deal on this car. I want to, and they'll sell you this car and be like, it's great, and they won't tell you that it makes this clunking noise when you're on the highway, and they won't tell you the bad things about it. So it's like they'll sell you all the positives of this car, but they'll be a little bit sneaky and not tell you all the negatives. Okay, so that's kind of what this energy is all about here. It's you're not being a sneaky car salesman to the point where you're out and out, lying or manipulating. You're taking advantage of favorable conditions. If that's what somebody chooses to believe, you're just not going to set them straight. If that kind of makes sense. Like it's like if someone wants to presume, you're not coming out of left field going, oh, you got that wrong. This is this. You're not going out of your way to do things like that because you're worried. You're focusing on what's best for you in the situation. Okay, so it's ultimately about, I need to achieve these goals. I want to achieve this when it comes to, this or that. Love, by the looks of that, loving myself, I'm going to tell myself all the positive. I'm not going to focus on the negative. I'm going to sell myself on all the positive things here. I'm not going to, I'm going to trick myself a little bit and not see all the negative stuff at the moment. I'm just going to focus on the positive, the positive, the positive. So taking advantage of favorable conditions to achieve your goals. Once again, I'm not advising anyone to be manipulative at all. But we do see the moon here as well. So it's kind of like your intuition is telling you, don't go out of your way to tell them that. If they ask you directly, yeah, I'll answer honestly, but I'm not going to go out of my way to tell them that, just for my own protection, and your intuition is guiding you here to do this. Okay, so that's why it's kind of like I'm picking up that for some of you it's a safety thing, that if you go out of your way to tell somebody something, that you may be risking your own safety in the situation. So it may be necessary in that sense. It's kind of giving the vibe of, like a little white lie kind of thing, like your partner asking you, does my butt look big in these jeans? And you're like, no, you always look beautiful to me. Just to protect them and protect the relationship. It's giving me that sort of a vibe, like, it's not really coming across as, like I said, it's not to the extreme of manipulative, but you may feel as though you're being a little bit, tricky, sneaky. But your intuition is telling you to do that. So trust your intuition, okay? And it may be like more to do with emotions for a lot of you here. So you're sort of tricking your own emotions by only thinking positive stuff and not allowing the negative stuff to come through. Or like I said, with it, you're telling your partner that, no, you always look beautiful to me, because you don't want to hurt their emotions. You don't want them to lash out emotionally because you said that their butt looks huge in those jeans. Like, you want to say, no, as long as they're comfy, that's all that matters. You always look beautiful to me. It's kind of that sort of an energy more than anything. Okay, so I just feel as though maybe that's some reassurance that, if you love somebody, sometimes you do need to take advantage of those favorable conditions to achieve the best goals for yourself. Self preservation. Okay. So it is what it is, Aquarius. But moving on, the middle of November, we do have the power energy. Okay. Believe that you are greater than any obstacle. Needing to believe in yourself over any obstacles. And the end of the month, we do see deception coming through, which does say glory is but a fleeting glimpse. So those energies obviously go together somehow, but it's kind of saying don't get too big for your britches a little bit here. You have the power. Believe that you're greater than any obstacle, but don't go beyond. If it's a fine line. I'm getting a fine line here, Aquarius, that, you have the power to overcome any obstacles that you're faced with during the month, but don't deceive yourself into thinking that you're infallible, is what I'm sort of picking up here. So once again, with that deception, especially with that favorable message at the start of the month, don't take it too far. Be very careful not to go to the extreme of manipulation, because that will, make things worse in the long run. Clarify this power and deception energy for Aquarius, the middle and end of November, please. Okay, so I'm seeing more advice. I can sort of ascertain what it's in regard to because of the advice I'm seeing here. Because the third card in the advice is the dog. Okay, so the dog energy does talk about friendships, loyalties, compassion, and understanding. So I'm kind of working backwards here, but the card I have before that is the mice, which talks about a loss or stress. Okay, which I'm kind of feeling that's the obstacle for you, is that you have, and it's a deception in the sense of it's a fear. It's not an actuality. It's a fear. All right, this loss of a friendship, or loss of understanding and compassion, loss of somebody's loyalty. That's your fear towards the end of the month here, the middle and end of the month. That's the obstacle that you're trying to get through something with somebody around you. But that's why you're being, it's a fine line, because you have this fear that you will lose this friendship, you will lose this connection, this relationship. So it can just be platonic love that we saw back here as well with that heart, this could all be connected to the same issue, but it's kind of coming through as advice that if you are fearful that you're going to, you're stressed about this friendship or losing this friendship, you're seeing this as an obstacle that you could potentially lose this friendship. We do have the book here, okay, which tells us research is your friend. Education, knowing the most you possibly can, is your friend here. Okay, so don't deceive yourself into thinking that you're greater than, that yes, you're greater than any obstacle that you're facing, and you can work this out. But if you start to get this up on your high horse energy where, oh, I'm so great that I'm better than all of this, that, that's when it's going to bite you in the butt, and that, that fear may have a sense of reality, because the book tells us to be very logical and rational with learning the most as you can about the situation. So rather than jumping straight into your deception, or it's kind of like being very careful about how you want this to play out, and researching the facts and researching how this person reacts to things and how they learn about things. So it's learning more about the situation for a lot of you, I feel is the best advice for you there. Learning more, and just being very careful to learn what the fine line is with all these situations, any obstacles that you're facing this month. What is the fine line of, okay, I can overcome this obstacle? Where does the line stop? Whereas I'm just overcoming the obstacle, or I'm actually taking it too far. All right. So really, really needing to do your research and make sure you're not taking it too far. So working out where that line is, because, you do have a bit of a fear of losing this relationship, of maybe this person is very stressed, or they stress you out. So that's why you're needing to be very careful that you're not crossing that line too much into deception, I feel, for a lot of you. That, that yes, you can overcome all these obstacles. You have the power. Favor is, fortune favors the bold. You're able to take advantage of those conditions to achieve your goals, but just be careful to, know where the line is before it becomes deception, and be careful to steer clear of actual deception. I feel as though actual deception and manipulation is the line you do not want to cross this month, because that's when things are not going to work in your favor anymore. All right, but you have the power to work this out, and it's just for some of you maybe needing to learn a little bit more about this person, how they interact, how they react, all those sorts of things, and you will be able to really follow your intuition and know where to step here. All right, but looking at career, job, finances for you. Okay, Aquarius, what's going on in November for Aquarius with career, job, finances, please? Money and career for Aquarius in November. I'm not seeing any career issues coming to surface here. I'm seeing some money stuff come up with this card here, the Money Matters card. That one does say expenses, savings, cut costs, resource, plan ahead, make an informed choice, invest your money wisely. So the need to organize your money this month, and where can you save on expenses? Where can you cut costs? What resources do you have? Planning ahead with your money, making informed choices with your money this month, investing wisely this month. So it's kind of just feeling like you need to have a bit of a money review this month, and really, where can I cut out some stuff? What can I be spending my money on that might be a better choice than that, you know. I'm just getting things like that, just little things, just a kind of like a budget overview, just going over the budget. Where can I save money? Where can I, you know, where would that money be better spent than where it's currently going? That sort of a thing. I'm not really getting anything career coming through here, to be honest, Aquarius. Even though this particular card does have the word career in it, I don't feel like that's really connected to your actual career at all. We do have the spiritual work card coming through. Open your heart to a spiritual career and heal the human heart. You are a light worker. Okay, so I just feel as though this is just talking about you. That's part of your career at the moment in a different kind of sense. This is part of your purpose, I suppose, to just open yourself up to the spiritual side of yourself and the spiritual work that you have been doing, that you need to do, that you are doing. Keep an eye out for the shadow work video on the full moon, of course, with that. So that'll be mid-month. In November, there may be something in that for you, Aquarius. You are a light worker. Some of you need to see a light worker. Especially with the next card I'm seeing. I'm just feeling the need for you to really, once again, with this Money Matters card, it's a month of assessment for you here, self-assessment. Where are you sitting on a spiritual level? Where do I need more work? What do I need to do? You know, it's assessment coming through here. You may need to see somebody like a Reiki practitioner, some sort of light worker, a card reader like myself, just in order to get a bit of an assessment of where you're going, where you need to go, what you need to focus on within your own self, your own spirituality. Okay, we do also have the wellness, so paying attention to the physical as well as the spiritual for you. Once again, it's giving assessment vibes. Ensure your body is nourished. Join a gym and regain your strength. Live a healthier lifestyle. Once again, I just keep getting assessments. It's a month of assessment for you to really assess where you're going. You know, with any situations going on in your life in general, assessing where is the line. You know, it's coming through. Just assess the month of assessments for you, Aquarius, where you're assessing what's going on, where you're going, where you need to change, and you know what you need to make small adjustments to be in the directions you want. The prevailing message for you for November: assessments, assessing your life, assessing all aspects of your life. So we'll have a look at love. Okay, Aquarius, what's going on for Aquarius with love during November, please? What does Aquarius need to know in regard to love for November? That's pretty much the only aspect you're not needing to assess. You're right where you need to be when it comes to love. We have the sun, first and foremost. Happiness in general when it comes to love. Anything that needs to come to light in regard to love, it will come to light. Maybe spiritually, we have the occult card coming through here. So once again, that spiritual assessment is going to bring to light anything within your love, your self-love that does need to happen. But we have the hammock coming through as well. It's rest. Your love life is at rest this month. There's nothing huge one way or another. You know, anything that needs to come to light with your, I feel like for a lot of you, that would only be during your self-love, your self-assessment. Your actual love life, it's on rest. It's like nothing good or bad. You know, sometimes no news is good news, is what I'm picking up there, Aquarius. It's all this other stuff going on. You know, love life is steady as she goes, I suppose. Whether that be good or bad, it's steady. It's you know, on rest, on pause at the moment for some of you here. So you know, keep an eye out in the future for the love stuff, there might be some changes as we go through the month. We might get some more messages for you when it comes to love. Nothing really wanting to be known as of now. But that's what we've got for you, Aquarius. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. More than welcome to check out other placements, of course. And I will see you all again soon.